All right, we got some late models rolling out on the track, going to go out for their time trials. First out is a ZZX. That's Kara Langley out of Terrell, Texas. Having to burp the throttle over there and turn two a couple times. Coming by, going to take the white flag. First lap was an 18.616. Here comes number 5, Bill Lane, out onto the track. Going to take his warm-up lap. And the checker flag for the ZZX of Kara Langley with a improved time of 18.059. Bill Lane took the green flag. He's going to come out of turn 4 and be taking the white. Bill Lane's first lap was 18.774. Here comes a ZZ, a sloppy hog for his warm-up lap. And the checker flag in the air for number 5 of Bill Lane. Bill Lane's second lap is 18.694. Track's still a little greasy out there. White flag one more time around, but his first lap was 18.277. You got Dylan Ramey in the 7M coming out. Checker flag in the air for the ZZ, a sloppy hog. Second lap with a 17.861, the fastest time so far. And the green's in the air for a 7M of Dylan Ramey. Turn 4 over there seems to be getting everybody at the moment, but he takes the white flag. His first lap was 18.123. Checker flag in the air for the 7M, Dylan Ramey. And he now sets the quickest time of the 17.545. Got Jim Moon out there on the track right now. He's having some issues over there in turn 4 as well, but he takes the green flag. Almost killed the car right there trying to save it on that one, but he did get it saved. Lap number 1's not going to be a very good one, so hopefully he can make it up on lap number 2 because the white flag is in the air. First time by, 19.473. Got the 00Z, Trey Langley coming out on the Speedway, and there goes Jim Moon. He's gonna, he saved it. He still got it rolling, put it back in gear. And the checker flag for Jim Moon. As Trey Langley takes the green. White flag in the air for the 00Z of Trey Langley. And his first lap time was a 17.499, the fastest one so far. Here comes Ortanic Mikhail out there in the 21 machine taking his warm-up lap. Here comes Trey Langley out of turn 4, going to take the checker flag for his second lap around. flag in the air for Organic McHale. 17.255, the fastest lap time so far. Checker flag in the air. 17.037. 0.4 seconds faster than the second place car of the 00Z of Trey Langley. So that should put Organic starting on the pole. All right, I'd like to welcome y'all out to Big O Speedway. And if I could get y'all to please stand for our prayer and national anthem, and we'll get this show on the road. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight. Just ask you to watch over all these racers out here tonight. Watch all over the fans. Let there be good sportsmanship out here tonight, Lord. These fans, let them watch some good racing. Let everybody get home and travel home safely. All these things I ask in your name. Amen.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Alan Jackson. All right, real quick, before we get started, when we are fixing to be going under green flag conditions, all kids need to be staying off the fence, please. So parents, if y'all can help control that. You never know what can happen at a dirt track. And just a little short story, I was in Manny, Louisiana a while back, and a wheel and hub and everything came flying over the fence into the grandstands and hit the guy sitting with less than 5 feet from me, and they had to rush him to the airfly to the hospital. So you never know what can happen, so just make sure you stay off that fence. Something can fly off these cars, and that fence will flex. So just keep those kiddos back. Guys do got slammed, man. All right, we got heat race number 1 of the Shelley Smiley York City Real Estate USRA factory stocks out there on the track. And on the pole, we are going to have Tanner Bogus in the 02B out of Midlothian, outside pole, we got Brian DeLong in the 7 car out of Midlothian. Inside of row number 2, we have Matt Dosher in the 99J out of Kemp. Outside of him is going to be the 8 of Taylor Rollison out of Midlothian. Inside of row number 3, we got Clinton Birdwell in the 14 machine out of Palmer. And outside of him, row number 3 is the number 70 of Can't Stop the Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain out of Jacksonville. Looks like the lights are out, going to go green when they hit that cone right there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Pedal on the floor. Looks like Tanner Bogus going to lead him down to turn number 1, but here comes Matt Dosher up the inside. Looks like Matt Dosher's going to pull it out of turn number 2. Here comes Pork Chop in that 70 machine. Oh, looks like Tanner Bogus has problems already. Has to shoot off the top of turn number 3 and take it to the pits. Right now, we still got Dosher out front. Gets a little loose going in turn number 2 there. Now here comes Pork Chop around the outside. He's going to make a charge down that back straightaway. Dosher on the inside, Chop on the high side. Oh, Dosher having problems, having to pull it down to the infield. Pork Chop takes over the lead. Looks like Rollison right there in that 2 spot. Birdwell in 3, Brian DeLong in 4. Pork Chop has a little bobble coming through turn number 4 there. Keeps it going back in the right direction. Everyone pretty well spread out at this point. Rollison gets a little high coming through turn 3 and 4. Is able to pull it back down and keep it on the track. Looks like Pork Chop's taking the 2 to go. Got a good little battle going on back here for the 3rd spot now between Birdwell and DeLong. DeLong going to shoot up underneath. Looks like DeLong's going to take it away. Meanwhile, Pork Chop takes the white flag. Here comes Rollison in the 8 car in the 2 spot. Still got a good battle right here. Comes Birdwell underneath, coming out of turn number 4. Side by side, coming across the flag stand the last lap. Coming out turn number 4 to 70. Kenneth Pork Chop Chamberlain going to take heat race win. Heat race number 1 win, followed by the 8 of Taylor Rollison. And Birdwell, looks like Clinton Birdwell slid back by coming through turn 3 and 4, and he's going to take the 3rd spot, followed by the 7 of Brian DeLong. Next up will be USRA Factory Stock Heat number 2. On the pole of this one, we are going to have Kenny Fiddler in the 15 machine out of Maybank. Outside of him is going to be Roger Cheney in the 113 out of Ferris. Inside of row number 2 is going to be James Brown out of Forney in the 03 machine. Outside of him is going to be the 111M, Mike Massey out of Midlothian. And on the back all by himself is going to be the 04 of Justin Strain out of Ennis, Texas. Looks like the lights are out. It's going to be up to Kenny Fiddler. Get this one going right there between turn 3 and 4 at that cone. And pedals on the floor. Here we go. Coming out turn number 4, and Kenny Fiddler's going to lead them on out. Kenny Fiddler gets up to the high side. Bobbles a little bit. Here comes 3 wide coming out turn number 2. 113, Roger Cheney in the 03. James Brown side by side battling for the lead. Coming out turn number 4, looks like Cheney's going to lead lap number 1. Now here comes Kenny Fiddler battling back, trying to make it back up. After a little hiccup he had going in that first corner down there. Now here comes the 111M and Mike Massey. He's going to try to make a charge on Fiddler, try to take the 3rd spot away. The battle for 2nd is bunched up between all 4 cars right there. Roger Cheney's got him a couple of car lengths ahead of him, but he's got a wad of them behind him. Still got Cheney out front. Still James Brown at 03 in 2nd. Here comes Fiddler on the outside. Fiddler takes a little shot in the short from the 111 of Mike Massey. Here comes Justin Strain now up the inside. James Brown falls from 2nd all the way back to the 5th spot. Kenny Fiddler takes over 2. The 111M, Mike Massey now in 3. Kenny Fiddler closed the gap up on Roger Cheney. Kenny Fiddler going to dive it down to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Not quite enough there. We got a 3-car battle for the lead now. We got Cheney out front with 2 to go, followed by Fiddler. Then Massey. Strain in 4, Brown in 5. Here comes Massey making a charge up the inside, going into turn number 3, going to try to take that 2nd spot away. Oh, Cheney washes up, coming out turn number 4, side by side on that front straightaway, taking the white flag. Fiddler's shooting it underneath, going in turn number 1, sliding it up, going to pinch Cheney off, and he does. Kenny Fiddler takes over that 1st spot. Cheney falls back to 2, Massey's in 3. Last time out of turn number 4, looks like Kenny Fiddler and the 115 is going to hold on to it. Then the 113, Roger Cheney. Then the 111M, Mike Massey. Then the 04, Justin Strain. And then the 03 of James Brown. May not have been a lot of cars in, but that was an interesting race. Next up, we have the Eco Limited Modifieds. And on the pole, we're going to have the 23 of Ricky Slack out of Ennis. Outside of him is going to be the 19R of Dylan Richards out of Red Oak. Inside of road number 2, the 14 of James Riddle out of Crandall. Outside of him, the 5J of David Jones out of Jacksonville. And on the back all by himself is the 51L of Lenny Whitmore out of Kaufman. Oh, looks like we got problems for the 5J already as he pulled it off turn number 3 over there. But the green flag is in the air, and Ricky Slack's going to lead him on down. Here comes James Riddle up the inside. James Riddle going to take that 2 spot away right off turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Richards falls back to 3. Still got the 23, Ricky Slack leading around. James Riddle right there in the 2 spot. Dylan Richards fell off that pace a little bit, trying to make some ground back up. Then you got Lenny Whitmore right there in the 51L. Ricky Slack trying to get some distance between him and Riddle. Dylan Richards almost he does lose it down there in turn number 2. He got a little sideways in 1, saved it, and got sideways again in 2, and had to take it down the infield, but he's back out and going. He falls back to the 4 spot behind Lenny Whitmore now. You still got that 23, Ricky Slack out front. 14, James Riddle trying to find some bite, trying to run him down. Here comes Dylan Richards. He's going to try to find the way around Lenny Whitmore. He's going to shoot down the inside going into turn number 1. Looks like he's going to make it by. He's going to take over that 3rd spot. Two laps to go for Ricky Slack. This time coming out turn number 4, white flag is going to be in there. James Riddle trying to find a different line, see if there's anything else down there. Try to make up some ground, but don't look like it's going to happen. Last time through turns 3 and 4, coming down to the front straight to the checker flag. 23, Ricky Slack, going to be your Eco Limited Modified Heat Race 1 winner. Followed by the 14, James Riddle, then the 19R, Dylan Richards, and then the 51L of Lenny Whitmore. Heat race number 2 fixing to roll out there on the track. On the pole position of this one is going to be the 087 of Henry Harrison out of Crandall. Outside of him is going to be number 9, Lane Skinner out of Corsicana. Inside of road number 2 is going to be the 4X of James Haggard out of Crandall. Outside of him is going to be the 18B of Blaine Smith out of Kaufman. While we got a little second here, we're going to be doing a nickel drop for the kids at intermission, which will be between our feature races. There will be 6 quarters in the mix of those nickels. If a kid finds a quarter, only take 1. So 1 kid cannot get multiple quarters. So leave it for another kid. If you already have 1 quarter, that way there should be 6 different kids with quarters at the end of the nickel drop. We'll find out what that's for later on. Green flag in the air to 087. Henry Harrison going to lead him on down. 18B, Blaine Smith trying to shoot up on the inside of the 9 of Lane Smith. Right now, Lane Smith holds him off. Kids, we need you off the fence. Thank you. Henry Harrison going to lead lap number 1. 18B, Blaine Smith trying to slide up underneath the 9 of Blaine Skinner again, coming through turn 2. Not quite enough there. Lane Skinner holding on to that second spot. Top 3 cars, nose to tail, starting to run away with it. And right now, it's the 087 of Harrison leading the parade around. Smith, he shoots to the inside, trying to make something happen. Can't quite get enough grip down on the bottom. Here comes Lane Smith. Lane Skinner up the inside. Not quite enough. Looks like Harrison's got the run off the top. Going to hold on to it. Here comes Lane Skinner again. He's going to try the inside one more time. Halfway down, still a battle for the lead. Harrison still holding off Skinner and Smith. Lane Skinner trying to show a nose on the inside. Not quite enough there. Backs out of it, gets back up in the groove. Now Blaine Smith's going to try the inside. Nothing there. And here comes Lane Skinner. He gets a run out. Turn number 2. He's going to charge down that back straightaway and take over the lead from the 087 of Harrison. Now here comes Blaine Smith on the inside trying to make a pass as well. 2 laps left to go. Blaine Smith shooting down the inside, turns 1 and 2. Oh, Harrison washes out just a little bit, coming out of 2. Now Smith takes over the 2 spot. Now Smith runs right up on the backside of the number 9 Lane Skinner. He's going to shoot down to the inside, coming out of 4. White flag in the air, side by side. Looks like Smith took it over at the line. One more time, and here goes Smith. Sliding up, going to take over that 1 spot from Skinner. Here comes Skinner, battling right back down the back straightaway, leading into turn number 3. Coming out of 4, checker flag in the air. Looks like the 18B, Blaine Smith. 9, Lane Skinner. 087, Henry Harrison. Then the 4X, James Haggard. Tell you what, there may not be a whole wad of cars here, but the cars that are here have put on some excellent racing so far. Looks like we got some of the Popo cars coming out. On the pole of this one will be the 13 of Caden Hale out of Waxahachie. Outside of him is going to be Jim Moon in the 69 out of Grand Prairie. Inside of row number 2 be the 33 of Tyler Leducky out of Midlothian. Outside of him is going to be the 44 of Tanner Bogus out of Midlothian. And on the back row, all by himself, be the 651 of Ortanic McHale. Green flag in the air. Looks like Jim Moon from the outside pole going to lead him down to turn number 1. But underneath 33, Tyler Leducky. Looks like he's going to make the move and take it over. But here comes the 44 of Tanner Bogus. Oh, Leducky slides up in turn 3 and 4. They bump a little bit. Oh, Leducky's going to go around, gets to the side of Moon, turns it back around, gets to the side. Nope, he missed Ortanic. Track must be pretty slick out there for these guys still. Throw the yellow out. Not sure that I don't think we completed a lap on that one, so we're probably going to restack them back up. Green flag in the air once again. Here comes Jim Moon now making a charge on the 44 Tanner Bogus. He's going up the inside. Looks like he's going to take the lead away. Got Jim Moon, Tanner Bogus, Ortanic Michael. (13) of Caden Hale and the 33 of Tyler Leducky. Oh, and got some bumping and banging going over there in turn number 2. Caden Hale gets a little sideways, gets in the side of the Leducky. Looks like they both keep it going. Meanwhile, 44 Tanner Bogus took the lead back away from 69 of Jim Moon. Gets a little sideways coming out of turn number 2. Oh, it does get way sideways coming through turn 3 and 4, and he got it saved. But here comes Jim Moon, and now here comes Ortanic McHale. Jim Moon takes over to 1 spot. Ortanic takes 2. But here comes Tanner Bogus battling right back, going to take that 2nd spot back away, making a charge on the 69 of Jim Moon, going into turn number 3. Looks like he's going to slide it on by. Tanner Bogus out in the lead. Jim Moon, Ortanic McHale got a battle going on for the same spot. Here comes Jim Moon again. I don't know if Jim Moon's toying with him or if he's got something going on with his car. All of a sudden it just takes off. Still Tanner Bogus holding him off, but here comes Jim Moon right there on his back bumper. Jim Moon going to roll around the inside down through 1 and 2. Looks like he's going to take the 1 spot back away. Now they're coming up on the back side of the 13 of Caden Hale. Now here comes Ortanic. White flag in the air for the 69 of Jim Moon. Guys, side-by-side battle going on for that 2nd spot. Ortanic looks like he's took the 2nd spot away for the moment. Still got 1 more corner to go. And it looks like Jim Moon slows down again going into turn number 3. Coming out of 4, side by side. Checker flag in there. Let me see what the scoring showed on that one. Showed Jim Moon took the win in that one, followed by the 651. Ortanic McHale, then the 44 Tanner Bogus, then the 33 Tyler LeDuc, then the 13 of Caden Hale. I believe we should have some of the Thunder cars coming out here just a second. Shoot right now, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the Hornets, but okay, so you're going out? Are you doing your Thunder Heat?
No, I'm not really ready. Let's do the feature.
Oh, okay. Pop that light over there. I'm sorry.
I didn't see you. I didn't know you was in here. Otherwise, I came in here. Listen. Oh, I didn't even look over there. All right, sorry. Sorry about that. I spilled my drink up here to clean that up. Right now, we got heat number 1 of the Thunder cars. On the pole, we have Gerald Larson Sr. in the 5J out of Eustis. Outside of him is going to be George Leducky at the number 88 out of Midlothian. Inside of row number 2, the 44, Scott Bridges out of Ennis. Outside of him, Ronnie Miller in the RM1 out of Kemp. Inside of row number 3, the 5B of Gerald Larson out of Eustis. Outside of him, the 72 of Ben Brand out of Maybank. And on the back row, all by himself, this says Jenny Job. Oh. The 42 of Jenny Job out of Bedford. And the green flag is in the air. We got them scattered all down that front straightaway, 3 wide down the front straightaway already, but it looks like Larson Sr. is going to lead him through. But here comes Ronnie Miller on the outside, 3 wide coming out turn number 2. Oh, we got them bumping and banging down there in turn number 4, but Ben Brand, the 72, is going to lead them out. Lead lap number 1. Looks like Ronnie Miller's in the 2nd spot. Here comes Gerald Larson with a head full of steam down the back straightaway. Gerald Larson going to try swinging around his daddy on the outside, coming out of turn number 4. Looks like he's going to make it work. Going to move up in that 3rd spot. Gerald Larson had to put the brakes on, but he pulls it back down to the inside. Gerald Larson going to take over the 2nd spot from Ronnie Miller now. Now here comes Senior on the backside of Miller. Looks like Miller might be having some issues. Meanwhile, the 72, Ben Brand, with a huge lead right now. Let's see if Junior Gerald Larson can run him down. Oh, we got some smoke coming out of the 44 machine of Scott Bridges. Looks like that might be an axle seal leaking on that 44 car over there. Notice it's only blowing the smoke when he's coming out of the corners or going through the corners. Halfway through this heat race. That could be a valve cover leak. It looks like it's coming up from further up in the rear end, so might have a valve cover leaking coming through the corners. Leaking a little bit of oil on the hot manifold. Ben Brand starting to come into lap traffic of Jenny Job in the 42 car. Fixing to try to put her lap down. Ben Brand rolling around the outside. Has to get on the brakes. 44, Scott Bridges takes it off at turn number 3. Oh, and Oh, and Ben Brand gets in the side of Job just a little bit. Push coming through turn 4. Now look at here. Here comes Gerald Larson right up on his back bumper. Lap traffic held up Brand enough to where Gerald Larson was able to make up that ground. Only 2 laps to go. White flag this time by Gerald Larson's got 1 more lap to try to get it done. Gerald Larson on a charge, trying to make it happen. He's got 1 more corner to try to make it work. He's going to shoot around the outside, see if he can make something happen. Now it gets a little bit high, gets a little loose, shoots it back down the inside. Not quite enough there. The 72, Ben Brand, going to be the heat race winner in this Thunder Bombers, followed by the 5B of Gerald Larson. And then we got a race for third still. Looks like the 88 of George Leducky's going to take third, followed by the 5J of Gerald Larson Sr. Round out the top 5 was the 42 of Jenny Job. All right, heat race number 2 in the chute of the Thunder Bombers. On the pole of this one, we are going to have the 82 of Michael Pataki out of Maybank. Outside of him is going to be the 13 of Blake McKendrick out of Ferris. Inside of road number 2, we're going to have the 34 of Josh Brand out of Gun Barrel. Outside of him is going to be the 19R of William Kaiser. Is it Kaiser or Kaiser? William Kaiser out of Red Oak. Inside of road number 3, we're going to have the 0 of Arthur Job out of Chandler. I think he calls his car Mouse. And I have Mighty Mouse sitting over there on the hill on the infield. Mighty Mouse will be out here in a little while. Outside of row number 3, we got the double X of Carter Holt out of Ennis. And on the back row, all by myself up here in the tower, is the 136 of Alan Lindo out of Hallsville, Texas. But y'all won't see me out there till the feature. I'm right here.
Jason, check your text here real quick. I'm getting some issues on the practice timeline out.
Lights are out. It's going to be up to Mikey Pataki. Uh-oh, what did this do, Chris?
Yeah, I clear. I think I understand, but I don't think they do that are running for national points.
And they're on the loud pedal coming out turn number 4. Michael Pataki in the 82 going to lead them on out down that front straightaway. Blake McKendrick falling in right behind them. Here comes the 34, Josh Brand up the inside trying to make some moves. Blake McKendrick, he's going to try to shoot it down on the inside, turns 3 and 4. Not enough there. Michael Pataki still going to hold on to the lead for lead lap number 1. Here comes the double X of Carter Holt, though. He's done worked his way up to that 3rd spot. That drops the 34, Josh Brand, back to 4. Here comes the 19R, William Kaiser. William Kaiser now shooting down to the inside, down that front straightaway, trying to make a move. Still Michael Pataki holding off the 13, young man Blake McHenrick. Still a good battle for that third spot between the 19R of William Kaiser and the double X of Carter Holt. Blake McHenrick looking up to the inside. Blake McHenrick got to run down that back straightaway. He's going to run him down the turn number 3 on the inside, see if he can take it away from Michael Pataki coming out of 4. Pataki still got the run off the top. Now here comes the double X of Carter Holt. Carter Holt got around Blake McHenrick for a moment. Here comes Blake battling right back, though, trying to take it back. Not quite enough there. Blake getting forced down to the inside. Not much bite down there. And now here comes the 19R, William Kaiser. Blake getting hung up on the inside. Now he's able to fall back up in line. '82, Michael Pataki still holding on to this one. 5 cars all wadded together, though, for the lead. Blake shooting up the inside. Looks like Blake's going to take trying to take that second spot back. Here comes Carter Holt battling right back on the outside. Blake stuck down the inside once again. Carter's got the run off the top. 2 laps left to go. Looks like Arthur Jobs slowed down the back straightaway. Probably going to pull it off in turn number 3 there. And he does. We still have a battle going on here for the lead. All 5 cars are nose to tail. White flag in the air. Pataki still holding them off. Here comes Blake McHenrick again trying to shoot up the inside. Not quite enough there. Carter Holt still holding them off. Last time through turn number 4 coming down the checker flag. Looks like the A2 Pataki, double X, Carter Holt, 13. Blaine McHenrick, then the 19R, William Kaiser, then the 34 of Josh Brand. In the chute, we should have the Hornets. We got the 5BG of Gerald Larson, the 4th, correct? Gerald Larson, the 4th? All right, Gerald Larson, the 4th. Oh, really? Senior, junior, and then he's the 3rd. I guess there's another one somewhere. Gotta be. Anyway, so outside the pole, we got the 08K of Aubrey, the kid out of Princeton. Inside of row number 2, the 22 of Cameron Dodd out of Burleson. Outside of row number 2, the 90D of Jordan Gomez out of Roy City. Inside of row number 3, the 73 of Zachoria Winders out of Dallas. Outside Row number 3 is going to be a 25 of Bentley Williams out of Eustis. And on the back row all by himself is the number 9 of Caden Hale out of Waxahachie. Green flag is in the air. Gerald Larson leading them out. Three wide coming out turn number 2. Battle for that second spot. Looks like Jordan Gomez shooting up the inside. Going to take it away for the moment. Here comes the 73 of Zachoria Winders. Zach going to take... Zachariah, I'm sorry. I was going to say Zach. Zach is in the 2 spot, but looks like he slowed up for some reason there. Here comes 08. Aubrey the Kid sliding up in the 2nd spot. Here comes the 22. Cameron Dodd. Cameron Dodd going to get on by Zach as well. Zach battling back up the inside. Turn 1 and 2. Going to take it back away. Still going to stay in that 3rd position. Still got the 90D of Jordan Gomez out front, but here comes the 08K of Aubrey the Kid. Zach still holding on to that 3rd spot, but here comes Cameron Dodd rolling off the top of turn number 4. Looks like Larson pulled it off. Looks like got the hood folded up over the windshield. Kind of hard to see that way. Now you got Jordan Gomez and the 90D out front. 08K, Aubrey the Kid trying to reel him in. White flag in the air for Jordan Gomez. That means one more lap around for Aubrey the Kid to try to find a way around. Last time through turn 3 and 4, and Jordan washes up coming out turn 4. Aubrey tried to shoot it back underneath, can't quite make it happen. Checker flag for the 90D, Jordan Gomez, followed by the 08K, Aubrey the Kid, the 22, Cameron Dodd, 73, Zach Winders. And round out the top 5, looks like it'll be the number 9 of Caden Hale.
All right, as we get lined up outside here, we got the late models lining up. We got a stall right here as we get some others that are coming out of the chute. We're going to have in our feature here in the inside is Ortanic Mikkel, the number 21. On the outside, we'll have Trey Langley in the 00Z. And in the second row, you're going to have Dylan Ramey, the 7M. And on the outside will be Sloppy Hog in the ZZ. And then in the third row, you're going to have Kara Langley in the ZZX. And on the outside, you're going to have Bill Lane in the number 5. And in the fourth row, James Moon in the car number 2. Also, if everyone right after our eco class or right during eco, if all the kids can line up into the green kids area off to the side of the bleachers and line up there, we'll get everyone checked in for the coin drop. So right before the ecos, if the kids could line up with their guardian, that'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, looks like everyone's getting on the track here. We got one coming around, getting on the back side. We appreciate everybody coming out, and here they go. It looks like we've got a green. And Organic Miguel in the corner number 21 is taking the lead on turn 1 with Trey Langley right on his tail. Carrick leads, gets in the back. And it looks like we have Dylan Ramey coming in third. Organic's fighting to remain in first with Trey and Ramey coming right on the tail side on turn 3. Looks like a little bit of bump there from Trey on Organic. It's a little bit on Ramey there. Sloppy comes in on the fourth, trying to get out of that little mess there, came on turn 4. Bill and Jim and the car 2 and 5 are fighting in there for 5th place. In the backside, Ortanic is remaining that lead, keeping that fight against Trey Langley in the 0-0. As we get a caution, Kara Langley on turn 2, looks like she did a little bit of turn there, and she'll be, looks like she's still good to go. She'll get in the back side of the pack, and we'll get relined up. Just to give you a little bit of idea of the times there, if you're looking at my race pass, if you're looking at your timing, Ortanic Mikkel had the last lap. It looks like the fastest lap as well at 15.706. And then we've got another fast lap that's coming in, looks like at 16.221 from Sloppy Hog, but he's still in 4th place at this time. So our lineup looks like it's going to be Ortanic Mikkel in the lead with Trey Langley right behind him. And then Dylan Ramey, it looks like lights are out. So as soon as Ortanic is taken off, see if he keeps the lead away from Trey. And Ramey is now on his tail. Trey got a little bit in the mix up there on turn 3 and 4. And Jim Moon's coming up now on a 3rd. And it looks like Ramey's right on Ortanic's tail, coming up right around turn 4, getting his fight first. Trey Lane is remaining on that 4th and easy top. Bill Lane and Kara Langley right in the last spot there. Looks like we got 4 laps completed, coming around turn 3 and 4. Looks like we're kind of staying in the same formation coming across the flag stand. Oh, looks like Ramey came in. Looks like, oh, here comes Jim Moon in for the slide job. Oh, and Gabe Organic. Oh, Organic and Jim are now fighting for first and second. Boy, there was a lot of little commotion there in turn 3 and 4. A lot of switching up and placements. Organic remains in the lead here, and it looks like we might have a back caution here. It looks like that might be, is that Dylan, Ramey, and Kara in the back straightaway. All right, looks like we got a push truck here. Looks like, see if we can push start him. If not, he'll probably be pushed right off the track. It looks like Kara might be heading off the track too. Let's see if she comes around turn 3 there. No, Kara is exiting the track. Looks like she might have had a little bump too much there, so she's exiting. They're trying to push start Ramey, but I don't know if they're going to have much success here.
Bridget, it looks like the left front on the 7M machine of Dylan Ramey is broken, so they're going to have to get him off on a hook, it looks like.
Yeah, sure does. Looks like tow truck's right there. So we'll see if we can't get him off the track here and continue our late model race with the 5 left here. We've got Ortanic, and it looks like still remaining in first place with Jim Moon, and second with Trey Langley, the 00, with Sloppy Hog and the ZZ, and Bill Lane in the number 5.
Looks like Ramey is displeased with Jim Moon back there on that back straightaway, giving him the number 1 sign, it looked like back there.
Looks like we had a little bit of debris there. We got picked up too, so that's good. Looks like it was a little embedded in there in the dirt. Looks like they're trying to see the best spot to hook up the tow truck to the car. They are going to take him off the track, it looks like. So the late models, they continue to go around, keep their motors warm, and not to overheat as well. They're just having another truck going around, making sure there's not any further debris. And so just as a reminder for the kiddos, when after late models will be factory stocks and then ecos. So right during ecos, I do need to have the kids line up to the kids area where the artificial turf is, over to the north side of the bleachers, and we'll get everybody signed in, and we'll get the track prepped for our age groups for the coin drop. So I'm excited about that. Love the kids. I appreciate the families that come out here and bring their kids and enjoy the racing. We do have some Power Wheel races coming up next week. So definitely get your Power Wheels ready. We're excited about that, have them go out on the track. So if you have to borrow one, go to garage sales, look for a Power Wheel. Have some fun with the kiddos out here on the track. We'll have some trophies out there for our winners in the age groups. Next week, too, we'll have our factory stocks, our USRA and Ecos, Hornets, Interceptors, and, of course, our guest class will be Mini Mods and the Texas Wing Modifieds, and, again, our UMP Weekly late models. So we look for another exciting night. And just to let you know, 10 and under will be free on August the 20th here at Big O Speedway. So that's encouragement to bring those kids in those Power Wheels and have a great time. We encourage to have a night out with the family. So we look forward to seeing everyone next week as well. All right, just got wind that it is official. 6 laps are complete. And our lineup is Ortanic Mikkel there in first with, you've got James Moon in the 2 and Trey Langley in the 0-0. And in the back, you've got Bill Lane and Sloppy Hog in the ZZ. Looks like we've got Green and Nolan fourth. And this is a 15-lap feature. Jim Moon coming right on Ortanic's tail, coming around turn 4. Greg remaining in that third, striving to get up there on Jim Moon and get second. Ortanic's remaining on the back stretch, that lead, coming around that curve. Boy, it looks tight. It looks a little squirmy over there on turn 4. I imagine the track getting a little slipped off. Jim Moon might make his move right here on turn 4 coming around, or does Ortanic remain on the front stretch? Trey Langley still remains third with Sloppy Hog coming in at 4th. Bill Lane coming in the 5th place. Oh, we've got a slider. We've got a slider up on the rim. Oh, he catches himself. Trey got caught up there. You got going a little fast, and that brim, once you're up, it just sucks you back. So now Sloppy Hog is going to make it in, try to get in for his second, go in for first place. 12 laps are completed at this time. Up, Trey Langley is on the back side of the wall. Ortanic still in the lead with James Moon and Sloppy Hog. Looks like Trey Langley is going to go ahead and leave the track. All right, we've got our 1 to go. This is the last lap for Checkered, and Ortanic Miguel looks like he's coming. As long as he doesn't get sucked up on that turn 4, he's going to come around for the Checkered. He does make it, and with Jim Moon in second, and ZZ Top in third, and Bill Lane in 4th. So Ortanic Miguel, the 21 out of Grand Prairie, Texas, is your feature winner. Give it up to Ortanic Miguel in the car 21 late model feature winner. Congratulations, Ortanic. All the kids up there at the gate, you guys need to, up there by the flag stand, you need to please pull away from the flag stand. All the kids need to be away from the fence and the flag stand, please. All for the coin drop. You will go to the artificial turf area over here in the kids area, which is going to be north of the bleachers. You will not go through the gate.
All right.
And there needs to be a guardian, please, with every kid that comes out on the track.
All right, Mom. We got an interview to do down here. All right, Ortanic. I believe I talked to you last weekend, but it wasn't in this class, was it?
No, sir, it wasn't.
Hello. What class was that?
It was the interceptor class.
Well, maybe you can double it up tonight, get a late model win tonight and an interceptor win.
I'll try.
Well, what did you think about that race? I don't know if you could see what was going on behind you, but there was a whole bunch of chaos going on behind you.
Yeah, I saw when I got past, my dad, I guess, ran into the, what car was that? Oh, well, Trey Langley? Ramey, oh, okay. So I was, like, trying to avoid all that, but it was a fun race out there, too.
I said it was behind you, but I forgot you did get past right there, and that's when Jim Moon did the little slider trying to take the whole lead away and got into the side of Ramey, and Ramey didn't look like he was too happy about it on the back straightaway back there.
No, probably not. I thought he was pointing at me for a minute.
Nah, I don't think he was. He might have been, but I think it was Daddy who was pointing at. But, hey, good job. What sponsors you got you want to thank on this car?
I want to thank Bowling Alleys, Smiley's, and my mom and dad, and Spin Doctor, who's my gramps. And I like to thank Jim Moon.
We need to step back so we can look at the car or what? Oh, your legs are shaking?
Yeah, my legs.
Oh, he's all excited down here.
Yeah, my legs are shaking out here. And Test got, guest tire.
Hey, I know your nerves are going right now. It's always exciting to get a feature win, but hey, congratulations once again. Maybe I'll be talking to you again later on tonight. Give it up one more time, Ortanic McHale, the 21 late model.
Our next class is going to be the Eco Limited Modified. No, I'm sorry, I'm stand corrected. Our next class is going to be the factory stocks, our feature with Kenneth Chamberlain, the number 70 in the inside out of Jacksonville, Texas. And we got Kenny Fielder, the number 15 in the outside out of Maybank. Taylor Rowlison out of Midlothian in the second row inside. And then we have Roger Cheney, the 113 in the outside. Then we have Clinton Birdwell out of Palmer out at third row inside. Outside is Mike Massey out of Midlothian in the 111M. And then we have Brian DeLong out of Midlothian as well in the number 7, fourth row inside. Justin Strain out of Ennis in the number 4 in the outside. Matt Dosher from Kemp in the inside, 99J. And the outside we have James Brown in the 3. And then we have Tanner Bogus out of Midlothian in the 02B on the inside on the 6th row there in the back. Looks like we're shoring up our lineup. And they're going green. Pork chop, known as Kenneth Chamberlain, is taken out in a strong lead here. We got Kenny's trying to keep his second place. Let's see how they all roll out here on the front straightaway. Still with Kenneth in the lead. Oh, we got a caution. Oh, right here on the front straightaway. Making sure that he's okay here, and I think they're going to try to push him. Let's see. And that is James Brown out of Forney, Texas. Doesn't look like he's getting his car push started, so looks like he is going to be pushed off the track. So we are getting lined up here. We got Taylor and Kenny there in the second row with Kenneth Chamberlain, known as the Pork Chop, leading the pack. And it looks like we are given green, and he takes it. Roger Cheney and Mike Massey in the middle there are fighting. Come up the pack there with Kenneth Chamberlain and Kenneth Fiedler second with Taylor, and 113 is Roger Cheney. Kenneth Chamberlain remains in the lead with Kenny Fielder, the number 15, second. Roger Cheney coming up there in fourth with Mike Massey, Justin Strain, Brian DeLong, Clinton Birdwell, Matt Dosher. Looks like Clint Birdwell is leading up in the backside of the pack. And number 70 remains his lead and is on the back straightaway with Kenny Fielder fighting to get on the first, coming around turn 3 and 4. And we've got a caution here with Roger Cheney in the 113, Mike Massey, and then the car 04, Justin Strain. Looks like Taylor is going to go ahead and go off the track on this one. All right, we're still under red or yellow at this point. So I guess they're gonna line them up and hopefully we'll go green on the backside. You got the number 70 Kenneth there, Kenny Fielder, and the number 9 Roger Cheney in the 113. Right behind him is Mac Massey. And the car number 94 is Justin Strain, and car number 7 is Brian DeLong. And the car number 14 is Clinton Birdwell. Our fastest track time, just to give you guys a little idea, is 17.981, and looks like we are going green. That middle is definitely fighting to move up in there between that third and second. Roger Cheney and Mike Massey. Looks like Kenny Fielder is coming up on Kenneth. Car number 7 still remains in the lead there. Car number 4, Justin Strain, trying to make his move up. Kenneth in the car number 70 is definitely making a wider lead, but Kenny's not giving up in the car number 15 there, and coming around turn 1 and 2, you still have a fight there for third place. And that's Roger Cheney and Justin Strain. Car number 14 in the back is Clinton Birdwell. Well, it looks like Pork Chop's gonna make a lap on Clinton Birdwell here on the front straightaway. Hold his lane as he comes and passes him. And then you got Kenny Fielder in the 15 coming in second. Roger Cheney coming as a third. Definitely the factory stocks are spreading out a little bit. We're on lap 12. And this is a 15-lap feature. So number 70 remains his lead. Looks like Kenny's definitely got a high place in second, and 113, and the 4, which is Justin Strain, is definitely fighting into that 4th position. Brian DeLong coming in that 5th. And we've got the 1 lap to go. And we're coming down here for the checkered. Looks like we've got Kenneth Chamberlain in the car 70 out of Jacksonville, Texas, with Kenny Fielder giving a good fight for second. We've got Kenneth Chamberlain, the Pork Chop out of Jacksonville, Texas, on the slab tonight for Victory Lane. Give him a moment to get out. Give him a round of applause.
Number 7 is Pork Chop Chamberlain. Yeah, turn that noisy thing off. Well, Pork Chop, tonight, they couldn't stop the chop.
Yeah, it's been a long week. We had a rough weekend last weekend. Just finished the car up at about 5 o'clock this afternoon. Man, I got so many people to thank. My wife, she stands behind me every week. She's at the races with me every week. My son, Cody, Colton, Brooklyn, Jayla. My new granddaughter, Raylynn. Bingham Engines, Paul Jackson, Roscoe Glides, Michael Jones for giving me an awesome car to drive, Tadpole Fireworks, D&T Racing, Panel Trust, Soapy King Car Wash, Genuine RV. Most of all, thank y'all fans, because if y'all wouldn't come out here, we couldn't do this every week.
Hey, Pork Chop, you look like you had a pretty commanding run out there. How was the track out there? I kind of need some pointers because I got to run here in a little bit, so what do I need to do out here?
It's getting slick down here, that's all I can tell you.
All right, good enough, man. All right, congratulations once again, Kenneth Pork Chop Chamberlain, your USRA Factory Stock feature winner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping up for last call for the 50-50. We are up at the front gate. For those that want to still buy, you've got a few minutes. After the eco, we will have our drawing. So we got this class coming out. So if you got a few more minutes to get your last minute ticket. All right, we do have our ecos on the track. Our lineup is going to be James Haggard out of Crandall in the 4X inside. And the outside, we'll have Blaine Smith out of Coffin in the 18B. David Jones in the 5J will start our row 2 inside. Ricky Slack in the 23 out of Ennis will be in the outside. We'll have Henry Harrison out of Crandall in the third row in the 087. Dylan Richards out of Red Oak, Texas, and the 19R will be in the outside. Lane Skinner out of Corsicana will be in the inside fourth row. On the outside, we'll have James Riddle out of Crandall in the number 14. And rounding out our last row, number 5, Lenny Whitmore out of Kaufman in a 51L. Looks like our lights are out, so we're just waiting for the leader to take the start. And it is a go. Lane Smith looks like he was trying to take an early lead right out of the chute coming out in the back straightaway. We've got a caution here. This will be a complete restart that I'm hearing. So we will line up as originally at the start of the race here. So we'll get everyone re-lined up. Looks like someone went off the track.
That was the 4X machine.
That's James. It looks like James Haggard is the one that pulled off the track, been told.
Lights are out. It's going to be up to Harrison and Smith on the front row to get this one back going. Foot's on the floor, going down the green flag. Looks like Harrison's going to lead it down the turn number 1. Here comes Lane Skinner up the inside. Here comes the 23 of Ryan Ricky Slack, I'm sorry. And here comes a 19R, Dylan Richards. He's following it right behind Slack. Lane Skinner down there on the inside. Slack, Richards got the momentum around the high side. Both of them look like they're going to rail around them down the back straightaway, but Skinner's still holding on to that 4th spot. Here goes Blaine Smith up the inside, going to take that lead away, but Harrison's got the run off the top. Side by side, but looks like Smith's going to take that lead away, coming down to the flag stand. Down through turns 1 and 2. Blaine Smith taking over the lead. 087, Henry Harrison. The 23, Ricky Slack. 9, Lane Skinner. 19R, Dylan Richards. And the 14, James Riddle. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all nose to tail. 18B of Blaine Smith started stretching out, but here comes Lane Smith. He's going to try to shoot up the inside and take away the 3rd spot from Slack. Slack got the momentum off the top, still holding on to it just by a nose. Skinner staying down the inside. Now here comes Dylan Richards around the outside, going to try to make a move. Not quite enough there. Skinner still holding on to it. Slack right up on the backside of Harrison going into turn number 3. Not enough to make any moves. Still trying to find a way around. Everybody run to one line. Oh, Skinner trying to make a move up underneath Slack there. Almost got in the side of him. Now Skinner, he's going to try to rail around the top, see if he gets some momentum off the top of turn number 4. Rolling down the turn number 1. Still Smith way out front. Then Harrison, Slack, Skinner, Richards, Riddle. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all still right there together, battling for position. Oh, Skinner's trying to go around the outside. Slack slid up, closed it off. Now here comes Richards up the inside of Skinner. Richards on the bottom side, Skinner on the top side. Skinner takes it right back away. Now here comes Riddle around the outside. Skinner got hung on the bottom. Here comes Riddle trying to make a move up the inside of Skinner. Meanwhile, Blaine Smith working through lap traffic. We got a good battle going on for that 2nd spot right there. Here comes Skinner up the inside again of Slack, trying to make it happen again. Slack still got the momentum off the top, still going to hold on to that 3rd spot. Smith about half a track ahead of your 2nd place car of the 087 of Henry Harrison. Oh, and Harrison takes a shot in the shorts by the 23 of Ricky Slack going to turn number 1. Here comes Riddle up the inside of Skinner now. Here comes Richards going to fall right behind him. Skinner still battling hard back on the outside, going down that back straightaway, heading to turn 3 and 4. Skinner got the momentum off the top, still going to hold on to that 4th spot. 2 laps to go for Blaine Smith. Still a major battle for that second spot. Looks like Skinner loses it down there in turns 3 and 4. Gonna bring out a caution. Looks like we're gonna have a green-white checker finish. Green flag in the air. Blaine Smith, the 18B, going to lead them out. Going down that front straightaway. Still Slack, Riddle, Richards, Skinner. Looks like it was just going to be a one-lap dash. Green to checkers. Coming out turn number 4, coming with the checker flag, the 18B, Blaine Smith, followed by 23, Ricky Slack, 14, James Riddle, 19R, Dylan Richards, and the number 9 of Lane Skinner. All right, give it up. 18B, Blaine Smith, your Eco Limited Mod feature winner. He told me to hold up. He needs a picture with the family first. All right, Blaine, you got that win in pretty commanding fashion. You had at least 3/4 of a track lead over second place for the Lane Skinner spun out down here on that last lap. But, hey, you had a quick car last weekend, too. What happened last weekend with you?
Oh, last weekend I got DQ'd after the heat race for the center link. I had the wrong center link. And then in the feature, we fixed it. And then in the feature, we started 18th, and we got all the way up to 3rd. It was kind of reeling in everybody. And then we ended up getting a right rear flat.
Yeah, I know you had a fast car all weekend long, and I remember something happened last weekend. I couldn't remember what. But you got it done tonight in commanding fashion. They had a battle, 5 cars going on for second place back there. But, hey, what do you think about the track tonight? Track in good shape?
It's pretty fast. I mean, it's pretty tacky, but the few dry spots makes it a little bit difficult, but it was fast.
I need to know where them dry spots are because I got a race here in a minute.
They're just going into the corner, and then some of them are coming out.
All right, man. Hey, what sponsors you want to thank on this car?
I'd like to thank Bel Air Heating and AC, Milestone Electric, Synergy, Paul Witt Insurance, CNR Plumbing, and just everybody that helps me makes this possible.
Man, you did a good job. You didn't even look at the car to tell me all that. Good job, man. Hey, once again, Blaine Smith, 18B, your Eco Limited Mod feature winner. Y'all give it up one more time. I think it's time for the kiddos down here.